welcome everyone to this new channel on YouTube. I am Gremo, and for my first video on the channel, I just want to do a video on how to make any house you would like in Minecraft. I'm going to be doing Minecraft basically build videos and maybe some Rocket League here and there. So to build any house you want, you first want to have a foundation. My foundation here is rather simple. It might look complex, but when you break it down to its key components, it's rather easy. Each block have 5 block gaps in between, except the ones on the side, which have 3. I segregate which ones I want to raise up to a second level, which you can see here, and I just connect the pillars. And for the roofs, I'm already thinking about the roofs, adding a little 3-block up archway. I thought the roof was a little bit too low, so I added a 3rd story, which would add nicely to the front of the house, pardon me, that has a slant. We move on to the roof. I chose a stone block with this sort of gradient slope to it going upwards, and a clay roof, which we'll get onto later. I'm replicating that onto the other side there as well. For the roof, I want to add this little archway sort of thing, because I thought it was pretty plain without it, and it just adds a little bit more of depth and character to it. We do the same as we did before, raise those blocks there and then bring those blocks out on the other roof outwards, adding a stone little arch. I tried to experiment with the roof here, adding a little slope, but it didn't quite work out, so I left it flat. I thought this face of the roof was quite flat and not very vibrant, so I added a dormant there to give it a little bit more character. We move on to the roof here, where you can see the pattern is just getting carried across. Consistency is very good in all your builds. Being consistent with like patterns and stuff is a very good way to make a build stand out and look more pleasing to the eye, which is a very good thing you want to do when making any house you want. Continuing with the roof, just a small pattern that we'll copy and paste over to the other side later. Now with this side of the roof, I wanted to make something a little bit more different. So you don't have to do this. This is like a more complex style if you so wish. A gradient slope that raises up to the side of the building there, and it will connect up later. I fill in the roof and adding the slope, as you can see, to make it look as though it's sloping and not just flat all the way up. Copy and paste that side there from the other side, just to save us a little more time. I didn't want to add a roof here because then it would take away from the aspect and make it look more cluttered, so I just added a balcony. I thought that looks very nice. We'll get to that later. I just changed the roof palette also to make it look more vibrant, and not vibrant, just give it more fluency and not just one color. Here we just fill in the walls, and we'll get on to the wall detailing now. So here I want to add just a door there with the andesite block. The walls are very important because it defines what style you want for the rest of the build. I used cobblestone walls, staircases, slabs, and fences with walls on each corner of the pillars. I thought oak would work better as the spruce fences stood out too much, so I used an oak fence instead with buttons and trapdoors. We go ahead and copy and paste those wall designs all around, and here I wanted to show this part because it was particularly different. We used a part from before, as you can see there, and just add it onto it, and that makes up this side of the face. Moving over, we just copy again, flip it, and there we are, paste it. Happy days. Just being consistent, doesn't have to be exactly the same pattern, but the same sort of theme and unique pattern to it is the best way to go about it, with different sort of faces, with the roof faces for example, as I did there. Get a little glimpse of its of the house. It's coming together quite nicely at the moment, just finishing up some of the walls here and there, making sure to be consistent with the same patterns with that wall and fence combo. Now with the balcony, I try to experiment a little bit. I'm adding some different patterns of staircase and slabs, cobblestone gates, and normal fences, but I just thought just go back to the original log fence, and that would do us. copy and pasting in the wall pattern in there with the door that comes out to the balcony. There we are, adding a little staircase to the doorway there. Now just time for some finishing touches, adding some leaves to the house, and I thought we could add a chimney here as the roof looked pretty plain. Just some stone brick, cobblestone stairs, and web to simulate smoke. Adding a pathway with gravel, andesite, and cobblestone with some fences, flowers all around with flower pots sitting in grass and trapdoors. There we are. We have a house that I made. If you can follow techniques, just get your framing done, set how high you want it, the roof, just the walls and the roof really help define a build like this. If you can get the wall design you want, if you want to get the wall you want and get the roof slopes and designs correct, you can really make anything you want. It's the roofs and the walls that really help. If you want more like this, I'll be happy to do more. If one wishes, I'll also be extremely happy to do interior on this house to show techniques on how to do interior in Minecraft houses and how you can adapt to certain circumstances you find yourself in when doing interior. I do want to also just point out before the video ends that this video wasn't particularly instructive or a tutorial. It's more showing you the steps and ways you can approach making any house you want. So doing the walls, adding that depth you want, making sure walls are one block behind the framing, making sure if you want to add windows are particularly panes, and just getting the walls you want and getting the right roof, right shape. This can all be done through your imagination, since everyone has their imagination of their own and you're not limited to anything. With those things, I'm sure you can do anything you want and build any sort of house you want in Minecraft with these simple tips. Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment down below and like if you did enjoy this video and wanted to see more. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one and peace.